Hi everyone, this is Sejal, and I'm from 560 class project management under the guidance of Dr. Professor Jalani Mohammed. Today I have taken the topic about preventing chronic diseases using IoT, and my name is Sejal, and I'm from Department of Information Assurance, St. Cloud State University. Whereas coming to the content, I have introduction, project scope, project timeline, project team, project risk, review project budget, results, and conclusion. Whereas coming to introduction, the use of new technologies such as IoT, Internet of Things, in the management of chronic diseases, especially in the COVID pandemics, could be a life-saving appliances for public health practice. The Internet of Things is a collection of internet-connected devices, objects, humans, and services that share data to accomplish a common goal in diverse areas and applications. In the health sector, IoT has drastically reformed the lives of people by providing a considerable enhancement in healthcare, in clinical settings, and coming to project scope, with the onset of the pandemic, social distance and quarantine are becoming vital practices across the world, as it is the necessity for health monitoring systems. Many people require regular health monitoring and inspection by medical personnel. A smart health monitoring system is being created with Internet of Things technology that can monitor a person's blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen level, and temperature. However, if any changes in a patient's health occur based on the standard readings, the IoT system will notify the physician or doctor. IoT devices may be utilized in a variety of ways to track patients and suspects. Furthermore, the cloud platform supports data storage, allowing prior measurements to be accessed in the future. So, what is the function of our project? First, we take a patient for checking the oxygen level sensor, blood pressure sensor, pulse rate sensor, and temperature sensor. And after that, we have a display unit. And after that, we check whether the results are accurate or not. Coming to project timeline, the project timeline for preventing chronic diseases using IoT approach is 2 months from beginning to February 2nd, 2023 and ending April 22, 2023. And coming to major milestones in the project. So what is the requirement gathering? So first I have gathered the information in 2 weeks, and I have studied on that. What are the pros and cons of the project, and if I do this, what will be the advantage and disadvantages. So I have taken 2 weeks of time to do and to do the background work of this project. Whereas coming to development, this is the timeline I gave for 2 weeks, and beginning on February 18, 2023 and ending on March 4th, 2023. So coming to testing, this is a timeline we worked for 2 weeks, beginning on March 4, 2023 and ending on March 16, 2023. So coming to deployment, this is the time for last 4 weeks, beginning on March 20, 2023 and ending on April 22nd, 2023. So coming to project team, Anelia is a project manager. Anelia manages the entire team with the latest updates. Stay in touch with every team to know the status of each person, whether the person is up to date. Like I have given everyone like a 2 weeks, so that she will be the manager, like managing, like are they doing and are they completing the work according to time, are there any facing any problem, so that she can help. And developer in charge, the developer is me. So I developed the program and the outline of the project. I have developed it. And the designer is MC Moulin. MC Moulin is the designer of the project. She is the one who designed the project. Testing, Sejal is the tester, where me, I have tested the program and rectified the errors and solved the project output. Whereas coming to what are the technologies I have used and tools in the project is Visual Studio, Azure, Azure Functions, Azure IoT, .NET, Python, Azure SQL devices such as blood pressure sensor, contactless temperature sensor, and oximeter. Coming to project brief, the IoT methodology, we need work on affected persons. The IoT we are using, the devices can be manipulated and people may affect, and also the LCD which we are using may work good sometimes and it may show wrong details of the person, and sometimes we humans can give the wrong reading of the person's pulse rate or temperature. So we need to double check on everything. So these are the experimental results. The number of samples, whereas D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, and the actual BPM of D1 is 68, whereas the observed BPM is blood pressure is 69. For the D2, its blood pressure is actually 69, whereas the observed is 71, whereas the relative error is 1.47 for the first one, and for the second one, the relative error is 2.89. Whereas for the D3, it is same like 70/70. The actual is 70 and the observed is 70. So the relative error is 0 here. Whereas when we compare for D4, it is 72 for actual BPM and observed BPM is 70. Whereas the relative error is 2.77. And this is the representation of data analysis. Whereas review project budget, based on this project, it is $2,000 and it is important to carefully manage and allocate them. So what are the expenditures? Accounting and legal fees, marketing and advertising fees, equipment required for the outputs. So coming to patient character results, patient characteristics like heart rate, body temperature, blood pressure, and SpO2 are tested by the prototype. The sensor readings and real-time measured data obtained from biological signals are distributed to the cloud for storage and presentation. This information is used by the doctors to assess the patient's status and take the appropriate action. The strain on hospitals and doctors can be lessened thanks to this sophisticated technology, which eventually aids in the early identification and treatment of chronic diseases. And thank you for giving this opportunity.